And millions of people have left their jobs as they realize the 9-to-5 grind, it's just not for them. It's been coined the Great Resignation. But before you make this big life change, it's important to be financially secure. President and CEO Cathy DeWitt Dunn from DeWitt Dunn Financial Services joins us to share some money moves you should make before you step away from your current job. But we're seeing a lot of this right now.
Well, I think it's really the stress of what we've seen after the pandemic. A record of 4 million people who quit their jobs alone just in April. And as you've mentioned, it's being called the Great Resignation. And a lot of employees say they've been experiencing burnout and lack of growth opportunities. And they've been reevaluating their life, and they've just decided to call it quits.
You know, I would guess that a lot of these people have thought it through, that they're in a good financial position. But if people aren't in that spot, what do we need to consider about our finances before we resign?
And that is a great question. First of all, you need to examine your monthly cash flow. And you can reduce a lot of stress by knowing how much money you have coming in and how much is going out. The best way to do this is to write down all of your expenses, your utility payments, cell phone bill, groceries, entertainment, and then take a look at the money that you have and how much you make. And if that outweighs your expenses, I mean, you really need to make sure you've made the right decision before you walk away from your job. But I do have a planning budget worksheet on my website at DeWitt Dunn that will help you get started with this process.
Well, it's so important. And in addition to that, you know, not only looking at your monthly budget, you'd like to have a little bit of a cushion there as well, I guess, if you're going to make a leap.
Absolutely. You know, we used to use the old average of having 6 months of emergency expenses, but we saw what happened with the pandemic and the shutdown previously. So don't walk away from your job unless you have an emergency fund that can cover at least 6 to 12 months of living expenses, because, you know, you never know if you walk away, whether you're going to end up with a medical bill or a home repair or, you know, even a trip to the hospital. Now you're going to be responsible for paying that. The biggest way to consistently save for the unpredictable is setting up automatic contributions from each paycheck to a retirement savings account or an emergency fund, so you know that money's going to be there.
Now, what about retirement plans? What should we consider before leaving a job, especially maybe a job that we've been at for quite a while?
You know, that's a great question. Depending upon your job and how long you've been employed, you may be vested in a current 401k plan. So it's real important for your retirement savings to know how much of the match you'd be eligible for if you left your job today. So if you have some time before you plan to leave, try to max it out. You can save up to $19,500 in your 401k plan. And if you're over the age of 50, you have the opportunity to additionally contribute $6,500. But the biggest thing is this ensures your retirement savings won't fall behind if you're out of work for a while, because you can't show up later down the road trying to finance your retirement.
That is Cathy DeWitt Dunn from DeWitt Dunn Financial Services. Appreciate the input there.